Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia. With me today, we got Brandon.
Hi.
Hi. We're here talking about games and things.
Games and things.
All right. What's on the agenda today? Games. That's what's on the agenda
Yeah,
today. Lots of games.
mostly
Nintendo
just
Direct,
games.
Xbox Games Showcase. Those are the big things.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll steer the ship first for Nintendo Direct, and then I'll let you steer the ship for Xbox. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
All right. So Nintendo Direct was today. All those fancy pants rumors we've been hearing about all came true for the most part.
Yep, all of them.
Yeah. So lots of happy people. Maybe. I don't know. Nobody's ever happy on the internet. But there's a lot of things. The Nintendo started off with Rhythm Heaven. We got to see another look at Rhythm Heaven Groove. They showed off some of the multiplayer and some of the different things that were on there. So that looked kind of fun.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it in the treehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of skimmed it.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the treehouse. Aside from about 30 seconds where
I can break the treehouse down really, really quickly. It was
a couple
Star
games.
Fox,
yeah,
Splatoon,
mm-hmm.
Rhythm Heaven,
Mm-hmm.
Star Fox, and then they left, and that was it.
There you go. End of the day. All right. Anyways, yeah. So that's there. Less than a month away. Switch game. Obviously, you can play it on Switch too. After that, they did a drop of some ports and
Yeah, a lot of
for
them
the Switch
actually.
too. Yeah. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, Dragon Dogma 2, Dark Arisen, Stellar Blade. They re-showed off Orbitals, that two-player co-op game that looked pretty
Looks
cool.
great. Yep.
They're coming out September 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
They showed off Rayman Legends Retold, which I actually think, didn't we just see that the other day too?
We did. That was on the PlayStation one, I believe.
I thought so. Yeah, but that's coming out here. Looks nice. If you like that kind of thing. I know a lot of these I just were kind of like, oh, okay. Like Big Walk. They had a lot of stuff on
I love
here.
Big Walk. I've been wanting to play that game forever.
Yeah. Kind of the characters remind me of Patapon. Patapon, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that's
Uh-huh.
the annoying the Angry Goose game devs. I think that's the Angry Goose game devs. Untitled Goose Game. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, house.
It is.
Yep, and push me, pull you.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is, but
I don't know.
Big
But
Walk
it showed
looks
up when I
great. I've
Googled
been
it.
watching it for like I don't know, like a few years now since they announced it.
Uh-huh.
I'm very happy that it has a release date.
Yeah, that was definitely a good thing.
It looks still just as silly as it was when we first saw it announced, so I'm looking forward to
that. All right. One Piece, Grand Gorma.
Yeah, that was interesting. It's kind of like a plates up. Is that what it's called? Plate up. Anyway, it's a shop management game in the One Piece universe. It seems pretty cool, especially if you're into One Piece.
Yeah. After that, Nintendo showed off what we all expected: Pokemon Pokopia DLC.
Mm-hmm.
So, big things for this: underwater. Ooh, you can swim now.
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of nice. It was pretty annoying drowning every time you
I
step foot in the water.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, so that's nice. But you can make underwater like cities and things. It looks like there's going to be a bunch of underwater Pokemon. That will be nice. They announced like a season pass, like expansion pass. It's $35 is what it's going to be. I mean, I don't know. They look like they're probably decent sized expansions, so who knows? They really only showed off the first one, the underwater one. The second one they say is going to be new content kind of stuff, and then the third one is like a whole new town again. So
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, first drop comes in August, so not too long to wait for it. I'm not surprised. We talked about it before. Yeah, and the game sold like very, 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 very well. So I think if they didn't do DLC, I would be more surprised than anything. So that's good. It's good. It's not too much of a wait for it. After that, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave finally got an official release date in September, which is what was rumored. So not terribly surprising there. I mean, it looks a lot like Three Houses to me, even from what I saw.
I think it looks better. I think it could be really good. Like really, really good. Like I know Three Houses is really good, but like you're kind of following the general plot for Three Houses. I like that there's like a open world area for training and stuff like that in this one. I want to see how that works out. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't think they really showed off enough to really decide too much, but nothing bad. Yeah. Let's see. After that, Ninjala 2.
Yeah, that looked interesting.
It did actually when I was watching it. Like he's like floating on around
an open world 4-player co-op game instead of a battle game like the original one. That's pretty interesting.
He's like flying around in his little bubblegum balloon. That looked fun. So I don't know, but I really didn't see too much more of that. But I don't know. It didn't really look like a bad game at all.
So yeah, it kind of looks like what's the way to explain it? Like a Genshin Impact or an NTE like game. You know, one of those free to play open world games that and you do like the co-op thing and that sort of deal. That's kind of what it looks like. It looks like a gacha game. But I don't mean that in like a bad way. I just mean like how they've been doing like all open world lately. That's why I say it looks like a gacha game.
Yeah. All right. Next up,
I know you alluded to and mentioned some of the ports, but I think I'm just gonna rattle them all off because I have a list of all of them, and there were a lot of ports, and there were some ports that were kind of crazy. Would you like me to do that?
Sure.
Okay. So first, the big three, which technically isn't a port; it's just an upgrade, and that's Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3, getting a Switch 2 edition. 1 gets it today for $70. 2 gets it in July, and 3 will get it in December. And they all have added in new content on the Switch 2 editions, which were also shown off. That's pretty cool for those that haven't played those games yet, or now they said it will be running at 60 FPS at pretty much all times, locked 60. So that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
So that's neat. A few of the other things that were announced that are just ports: Devil May Cry 5, which was also rumored; Liza P, which was also rumored; Metaphor ReFantazio; Dragon's Dogma; Lords of the Fallen 2; Minecraft; Miramasa, which is a old Wii game actually. It was also ported to Vita, but yeah. And then a big one is Stellar Blade, the first outside of PlayStation console release of Stellar Blade. That's kind of crazy, honestly. There is one other one, but honestly, I kind of want to save it for the ending. So we'll talk about that later on at the end of this part of the Nintendo section, at least. But yeah, there was a lot of ports, and there were a lot of really good ports here. There are also a few other standout interesting things that appeared, such as Final Fantasy Resonance, which is the first 2D HD Final Fantasy game, but also it is a single player version of a mobile game that was shut down. So it's kind of like how they transferred over, like, the Animal Crossing and made it into a single player game after they shut down the main thing where you could just pay a flat rate for it. Yeah. This is like remaking the story of this mobile game that got shut down that was a very beloved mobile game of Final Fantasy. In fact, it's still running not in the US, but in the US it was completely shut down.
Oh, okay.
So this is Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, as it's called, as a single-player RPG, which is pretty neat, honestly.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
I did miss Dragon Wilds, which looked kind of cool. But yeah, those things stood out. We then had a segment where we had a Japanese man in his 50s pretend to have a thumb wrestling competition with the AI and lose to show off Wii Sports Resort, which was pretty wild and very dumb.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. It made no sense.
It was really silly.
Yeah, I feel like they could have spent that time anywhere else. Or just actually thumb wrestling.
A few other standouts. I'm not sure how much of this you have like in front of you, but Deltarune's Chapter 5 is releasing on June 24th. If you already own Deltarune on Switch 2, it just gets added to your game on June 24th. So there you go. A lot of people have been looking for that game everywhere. And when the trailer for it started, it looked like it was going to be Pikmin. so it kind of baited a few people. So there was that.
Mm-hmm.
We saw more Splatoon Raiders, which looks awesome. They announced a closed network test for the Dusk Bloods, which is the spiritual successor online multiplayer game of like from in the vein of Bloodborne. That's cool. You already mentioned Rhythm Heaven, which is coming out on July 2nd. I think, was this the first time we got an actual release date for it or not?
Nope, we've known this for a while.
Okay, all right. There's a weird Donkey Kong thing, the Donkey Kong Challenge. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the NES remix games, but just for the Donkey Kong franchise.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought at least it's kind
I
of like
thought so too.
achievements
Yeah,
specifically for like instead of doing achievements for games, it's like achievements for like a series. I thought that was kind of neat.
I agree. I think if they did more like this for their achievement thing, it'd be kind of cool,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Or like the what was it, the Nintendo World Championship thing that they did a year or so ago. Kind of
Hmm.
reminds me of that too. Yeah.
We only have a few other things on this list to talk about, really. So we'll get the big one out of the way, which is new Xenoblade was announced for 2027, Xenoblade Genesis,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah,
is go on.
it's weird looking, but we'll see. We'll see what
It
it's
looks
like.
more like Fire Emblem. Gonna be
Yes,
honest.
it does. It looks very much like Fire Emblem in a lot of ways. Um, but I don't know. They did say it's like a new start for the series, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like.
A weird game called Piku Niku 2, which looks really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Quest Monsters, which is it feels like Dragon Quest version of Digimon,
Mm-hmm.
which looks kind of cool. And I think I've knocked everything out that doesn't matter, and we can talk about the big elephants in the room.
Okay.
So they announced Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 for the Switch 2.
About
Um,
time.
not being like um a streaming version, but the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty crazy. What else is crazy is that apparently it's 500 gigabytes for all three of them combined.
That's wild. Not
Yeah,
surprised, but wild.
but on top of that, they announced a demo for Kingdom Hearts 3 that would release today for the Switch 2, which is pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
And then they showed Kingdom Hearts 4, which we have seen nothing of since 2021, which is
Has it really been
fucking
that long?
insane. Yes.
I didn't realize it'd been that long.
Yeah. Like it became the like new Silk Song essentially once Silk Song was released. When's Kingdom Hearts coming? But people that liked Kingdom Hearts have been saying it the whole time anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we got more footage of Kingdom Hearts 4.
Uh-huh.
It looks pretty good, honestly. But also, we got the announcement that it'll be launching the same day as every other console on the Switch 2, which is pretty major news for something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Square seems to have really changed their mind on limited exclusivity. They definitely are not. I think they got burned last. Well, I guess what would it be like the PS4 or sorry PS5 gen?
Yeah.
With the exclusivity there. So I'm not terribly surprised, but
But it's not
um,
just that, it's the fact that if you look around at this direct, there's so many games that normally wouldn't be on a Nintendo platform that are coming on a Nintendo platform, which is, I think, a very good thing. Lots of third party content here, like just
mhm.
tons of it. So, if you haven't played those games or you want to play games like Devil May Cry 5 on the go, you have the option to when it comes to the Switch, which is awesome.
Yeah, very much so.
And then you
That's
also have all three of the Kingdom Hearts games, and it'll have Kingdom Hearts 4 at launch if you want. More choices is always a good thing.
exactly, and this is very much kind of like what I said. What was it? One of the last episodes we were talking about these things where I was saying that I think a lot of third party developers are going to try to get the Switch 2 in there because it is close enough, and I think that if they have already the capabilities built into the game to kind of scale it that way, it makes sense for them to do it. So
I
it's
mean,
good to see that
DLSS is
more.
going to make it very easy for them to do that sort of thing. So it's good that they probably went this route because it's really helping get their console across that finish line and be able to run these games, I think. Which
Yeah,
is good. Very good. I don't mean that in like a sly, rude way. I mean legitimately it was a great idea to do that, and it's good that it's working out for them.
yeah, I agree. Um,
There
I
was
can't
one
remember.
more game though.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, there's a Star Fox demo out today. It looks really nice. I got to play it. You can play Meteo, you can do the training level. This game has way too many cutscenes. So there's that. I don't know why they felt the need to add so much onto Star Fox in that regard. But yeah, man, that's that.
Nothing else? You have nothing else to talk about?
I don't know, you took it over. Where are you going? Are you talking about the new Deltarune chapter? Are you talking
We already mentioned
about
that. uh,
Wii Sports Resort goes back to Woohoo Island?
it does, and
12
you
sports
can
and
fly a
title.
plane using your Wiimote. I mean, your Switch Joy-Con like a toy plane, which honestly kind of made me smile. I thought that was kind of whimsical and
Wii
cute.
Sports Resort was fantastic. Don't trash that game.
I'm not trashing it at all. I was just trashing their way of presenting it with the thumb war.
Yeah, no, that was dumb. But Wii Sports Resort is great, and I think it's good that they brought back Woohoo Island. It was nice. I think that was kind of a nice focal point for the last game. So yeah, but that comes out in October. That looks pretty nice.
I mean, I did mention Wii Sports Resort when we talked about the thumb wrestling.
You talked about the thumb wrestling, but you didn't really talk about Wii Sports Resort.
God damn it, Mike! We haven't talked about Ocarina of Time. Come on.
I mean, there's not really anything to say. I don't know why they're like, "Hey, it's coming out this year, but we're not going to fucking show you a goddamn thing about it." Actually, no, I know
because
exactly why they did it.
It's gonna get its own direct. It's so obvious.
Well, no, because this is not a remake. That is why.
What do you mean?
Do you see? Did Nintendo put remake in the title, or any like signifier to differentiate it from the other ones?
Now you got me pulling up Nintendo's YouTube channel. Hold on.
All it says is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Legend of Xenogears.
Legend of Xenogears. Yeah, no, I think they didn't show a lot of this game because I do not think it is a remaster or like I don't think it's a remaster like the 3DS version. I think it is a remake with significant changes. And I think that's why they did not show it off, because they did not want to unveil that here for whatever reason. I don't know why, but there's no reason for them to have just been like, "Oh, here's 5 seconds of Link sleeping in a bed." Like, you could hype the fuck out of that game, and they do it as mild as possible, especially for a game that's literally coming out in less than 6 months.
Yeah.
And it's coming out in November. Like, it's a given. It's going to be pitted against Grand Theft Auto. So why the soft roll? I'm sure there's something there.
Maybe to build hype till they get there. I don't know.
I don't know. But I do think, I legitimately think that there is something big in this game that differentiates it from classic Ocarina of Time. I wonder if they're gonna do kind of more like a hybrid between like Ocarina of Time and say like Breath of the Wild. But who knows? I'm not sure.
Link never got the Triforce in Ocarina of Time. Why were we instantly saying like no?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You never physically got the Triforce in Ocarina of Time.
You have it the same way that you do in
on your hand. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly how it is in the game.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
What are you referring to then?
Like as a literal like pickup, that sort of thing. And there was a lot of thing in the old Giga Leak Nintendo thing about how they originally wanted to do that. And I was wondering, you think they might actually have you acquire the Triforce through some kind of thing in this new remake / reimagining of Ocarina of Time?
I don't know. It is honestly though that was known prior to Giga Leak. I remember there was a I don't know, Nintendo put out like a promotional video like way back in the 90s.
Yeah, and it actually had him holding it up, and then that never happened in the game.
No, it didn't. And it was definitely like an area that was not ever used in the game. It was like a strange looking place. But I mean, really, honestly, Link doesn't really get the Triforce in that many games, does he?
Yes, pretty much every single one of them except for Ocarina
no,
of Time.
Well, he already has it in the Ocarina of Time. Most of the games he doesn't actually like get it. Like he has it.
Wind
Like it's just
Waker.
given to him. Wind Waker he has to go around and get it.
Mhm.
But Majora's Mask doesn't. Link's Awakening doesn't. The Oracle games.
Well, he doesn't Link's Awakening.
Huh?
Yeah.
Boy, Link's Awakening isn't even in Hyrule.
Maybe I'm
Yeah, I don't know what you're reaching
I'm
for, but
thinking
I
of
know that game is definitely does
something.
not have a Triforce.
Fuck.
The Oracle games have the Triforce in them, but I don't think you ever actually get it.
I was thinking Link to the Past, right?
That's what I was thinking about in my head, and I think that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking of Link to the Past. Granted, it happens
Zelda
like
games are there?
towards the end, so it's like whatever.
Twilight Princess.
Skyward
You never
Sword.
physically pick up the Triforce. Skyward Sword, you do get the Triforce, and I think that's the only one where you get the complete Triforce. Piece by piece. The what other one is there? I know I'm forgetting one.
Link Between Worlds. He gets it in that. Don't you collect?
But I think he has it. I don't think he gets it.
I thought you collected it after getting the pendants.
It's been a while. I can't remember. I remember there was some weird thing with like Low Rule not having their own Triforce, but I don't remember that. I know Twilight Princess you don't, because that's the reason why you don't turn into like nothing when you're in the Twilight realm.
Because you already possess the one of courage, right?
Yes, exactly. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they don't even talk about the Triforce. It doesn't even exist in those games.
Think about those games. I'm gonna be
Well, that's your fault. They're the highest rated Zelda games currently.
Yeah, and Call of Duty is one of the highest rated games also. You gonna start playing that and glazing the fuck out of it?
Okay. Breath of the Wild came out like 10 years ago, and it still is like top of those lists. I don't think the Call of Duty
Breath of the Wild is a good game. I don't really like Tears of the Kingdom that much.
Well, that's fine. What was I saying now? I don't even remember. But yeah, I don't know. Not a big deal that he has the Triforce in the beginning of the game. That's literally how he gets it in the game. He's supposed to have it in his possession the whole time. That's why he has it at the end of the game. The big difference is, though, they just, I guess, apparently show you at the beginning of the game. They're like, hey, here you go. I don't know. Like I said, I think this game's going to be fundamentally different. We'll know soon enough. Like I said, I don't know why they're waiting for it, but Nintendo also always does like a direct in September. So my guess is they're probably just going to go hard there. And maybe they just don't feel the need to show off a lot of it. I don't know, because on the flip side, they're going like hog wild with Star Fox. So who knows?
Yeah,
this is very much like
they're going crazy with Star Fox, and I just do not care.
I mean, it looks good. Like I don't blame them. They want this game to sell, but
the cutscenes really put me off. To be honest, I don't like the way they look when they talk. Katie literally looked at me when she was watching, and she's like, "Why do they look like taxidermied animals?" So I was like, "That's a great question. I couldn't answer that."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like James's voice. It's weird. I don't know why. He sounds more like a narrator than a person. But I mean, otherwise, yeah, that's it. That's Nintendo Direct, really. I don't think it was bad. But really, yeah, no, it really wasn't bad. But everything you knew about, so
never mind.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the better things from Game Fest, to be honest. I would give this like a 7.
Okay. Yeah. I would say, yeah, pretty solid Direct.
Because like, yeah, we did know about these, but we have release dates for a lot of these now. And I think that's very important when you think about it.
Yeah, release dates.
A lot of these other things, we didn't get those.
No, release dates and almost everything is out this year. So,
yes. Yes, I think that's an important thing to take away from this. Hell, it even, like I said, it announced the release date of Big Walk for me. Oh, also the Jujutsu Kaisen Vampire Survivors game. That looked fun. Damn, why is it not on this list? That's so upsetting. But yeah, that game looks fun.
Yeah.
That's something I'm super looking forward to, because I recently finished all of Jujutsu Kaisen that currently exist, and I really liked it after not liking it the first time I watched it. And now, seeing that one of my favorite go-to fuck-around games, Vampire Survivors, is going to have it added as like a new game entirely, just revolving around Jujutsu Kaisen, is pretty cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that is
All right,
pretty nice.
I was gonna say, let's talk about some of the others. Unless you want to mention anything in particular about this one that stood out to you.
No, not really.
Okay, what would you give it?
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing from beginning to end, so I really can't weigh some of the things. At least in terms of announcements, it was good. So I'd probably give it like a 7 or an 8 somewhere.
Okay,
yeah.
So we're about the same place.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how the pacing was. Generally, Nintendo's pacing's better than Sony's, but I can't speak on it.
I would say the pacing was very good for it, aside from that one hiccup where we had to watch a man lose against AI in thumb wrestling.
Yeah, I was lucky enough just to be able to skip through that, so that was nice. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, there really wasn't any of those strangely long demos that Nintendo occasionally likes to do, aside from that one.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but no, I would say that's fine. Yeah, and I'd say, yeah, we can talk about the other stuff now.
Okay. Let's talk about some Xbox stuff.
Okay. What do we got from Xbox?
So first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. I think this was the best showcase of the entire week, to be completely honest. This one had a lot of meat on it and was very good.
Mm-hmm.
It also did some things that I didn't think would happen again with Xbox, which was interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
I'm against it, obviously, because I've already talked about before how I feel about exclusives, but the fact that Xbox is going to have exclusives again is pretty weird, and also interesting to see how that plays out for them. But we'll go on. We'll get there when we get there. So they open it up by showing Gears of War E-Day, which is the next Gears of War game. And honestly, this looked really good. I'm not the biggest Gears fan, but I do like Gears of War. I have played all of them, and this one looked pretty damn good, especially compared to the last few that's released. I'd say the last few Gears of War is kind of mid to okay, middling of the road to just that's pretty good. That's okay. But 1 through 3 they're really good. They're classics, and this looked more in line with something like 1 through 3 than it did the more recent ones. So I like that. They also then announced that it comes out on October 9th, and that it will be exclusive to the Xbox Series X and S consoles, as well as PC. Which, that's cool, I guess. At least they're not dropping the PC initiative there. It sucks for people that wanted to play it on other consoles, and I don't really know how it's going to work out for them. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's a good thing, because exclusives are never a good thing. But I am interested in seeing how that plays out for them, because after losing so much goodwill and then doing this, I don't think it's going to work the way they expect it
to. Gears of War is not big enough to do it anyways.
I think Gears of War is one of their biggest franchises.
It's one of their biggest franchises, but it's not big enough to do it. That's what I'm telling you. There's no way they're going to get big numbers on Gears of War.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. We then got some more information about Fable, which we recently heard was delayed. It's supposed to be releasing this year. We got a trailer of someone that quite literally looks like the main villain talking to us. So that was kind of cool. She was talking and had a hero complex where she was essentially just this world doesn't have room for heroes. It only has room for one person to protect it, and that's me. And then it's okay, and we get the reveal of who I think is the main villain. So that was cool. And then we got a release date of February 23rd, 2027. So it has moved past 2026 into 2027 now, but at least we still have a release date. So that's cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Next we got Halo Campaign Evolved, which is coming out very soon. It comes out on July 28th. And this is a single player remaster, remake, completely rebuilt from the ground up version of the first Halo game. But also they've added new content, 3 new chapters entirely, and a bunch of new missions within those chapters. So that's cool. I thought it looked great. I thought this looked really fun. I like Halo. I've always liked Halo. I think the campaign's the most fun part. So seeing that this is, it looks like Halo, walks like Halo, talks like Halo, made me pretty excited.
Yeah.
We got a new Plague Tale game, I think. But this one looked really weird, and instead of looking like the other Plague Tale games, we got one that looks more like Hellblade. And oh boy, do I not like Hellblade. So,
it's not
my
Hellblade
thoughts on
anymore.
this. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Which I actually have some words about that because I've got some thoughts on that one. Yeah. It this looked fine, but like it looked very different from the past Plague Tale games in the series, and it looked like it was going a more action focused route instead of like stealth combat with, you know, I don't know. It looks very different, and I don't really know what they're doing. After that, we got a reveal of one of something that made me very happy, which was the Persona 4 revival trailer. I like Persona, and Persona 4 is pretty good. It showed off that it will be releasing February 18th, and it showed like the remake, remaster, whatever. I mean, this is definitely more of a remake than a remaster from everything we saw, because it's vastly enhanced from even Persona 4 Golden, and it looks pretty good. So there's that. And obviously, this is a game I'll be keeping an eye out for because I do quite enjoy the series. So, yay! So then you would definitely know I was surprised when soon after we saw Persona 6. Yeah. That was interesting. We dropped the trailer for Persona 6 here at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it wasn't really much. It showed us like a dark green cemetery, and it looked like people convening around a statue in the said cemetery, possibly praying to it or whatever. It was very vague, and it just said, "Hey, we're making Persona 6," and then that was it, essentially.
I mean, what more do you need?
I don't know, but I'm happy that it exists. And as a lot of people point out online, hey, Persona 5 was very gritty with its original teaser trailer, and then you saw what we got, so don't expect it to be as gritty as it looked, which I get that. But it would be really cool if we went back to like old school Persona, where it's like super gritty and yeah. And we've already seen some stuff from leaks where the protagonist might be someone in college, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, different.
I don't know. You want to talk about any of these things I just mentioned right now? Is any of these stand out to you?
I mean, aside from Persona, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were interested in Persona 4 also, or Persona 6?
I don't know. I mean, I want to go back into some of the Persona games again later, but I don't know. I probably will wait until, I don't know. Sony, or not Sony, Sega's so weird about the Persona games because I could just see them being like, oh, well, here's the Persona Super Special Edition that you have to rebuy with no upgrade path. So I'll wait a little bit and see kind of what they do.
What do you know? You're correct. You're actually correct. They're just delisting the Persona 4 versions that exist right now when the new one releases. So you're not wrong.
No,
Sony is not Sony.
I know. I get
weird about that.
Yeah, I don't know why they were so weird about the the Persona games. There.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Persona 4 Golden is a great game. It released at like $20, and I think if you look right now, it mentions something about being delisted in the future. But yeah, hopefully they don't follow through with that. And also, the post that I originally saw now doesn't appear to be there, so maybe it actually isn't going to be delisted. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. Hopefully they don't, because
we'll know soon enough.
Yeah, that would suck. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on from that, we then saw a game that I already knew was coming because I got invited to play it, and that's State of Decay 3. So the game that's been in production for what feels like almost as long as Dead Island 2 at this point.
Yeah.
So it looked good. If you played the other State of Decays, this one looked a lot like it, with just a whole lot more. Like, it seemed much more aggressive than past State of Decays, which is good, because the other State of Decays was more about, like, getting your defenses up, getting your people built up so that you can have like med stations and stuff like that. Whereas this one looked a lot more like get everything ready and go kick the shit out of some zombies. But the zombies are also like much more dangerous. So yeah, it's both sides are more aggressive, and that looks cool. So State of Decay 3 coming out in 2027. I didn't say release dates of Persona 6 because there is no release date, but
I figured. Yeah. They probably didn't even get a year, did they?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just we're in production, so that shit's coming out in like 2032.
Yeah. Year of Cyberpunk and Persona.
Yeah. Yeah, another thing that we saw next was Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
Which normally it's just like, oh, we're going to show off what the next update is, but this one actually looks pretty cool because they're doing a like Minecraft mode for Sea of Thieves where you get full unlimited access to the creative mode and allows you to make any games you want or like, build your own like things by just being able to like fly around, place things wherever you want, design a whole map, design all this other stuff, and just kind of they give you the keys to do stuff with the game as you see fit, similar to something like Minecraft or Little Big Planet, where you can make your own stuff. And that's what they're doing with Sea of Thieves and upcoming update, which is pretty cool because that game feels like the kind of game that would be perfect to make other games inside of using the tools that they give you.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it is a good game, so that's cool. We saw Metro, which got a release date of February 2027. The new Metro sure looks like Metro. That's the easiest thing I could say about it.
And not a bad thing to say about it.
Not a bad thing because the Metro games look good, like very good.
Yeah.
This one did seem to be like revolving around like darkness and being able to like go into very dark areas to be able to scout around for things, and there seemed like a horde element to it as well. Looked cool. I like it. I like Metro, so I'll probably end up liking this.
Yeah.
Next we had a game called Bad Magpie, which looked like another untitled Goose Game, essentially, where you play as a magpie and you annoy the shit out of people and solve little puzzles while annoying the shit out of people. This one, I believe, is also an Xbox console exclusive, which is weird to pick this and Gears of War as your console exclusives, but yeah, I guess so. Whatever. That one I'm just gonna move right along because I don't really have that much to say about that.
Fair.
It did look like it'd be a fun little co-op game though. So
yeah.
Wulong Wings of Ember, which is the sequel to Wulong, which came out in like 2022 or before that even.
Yeah.
This is a game that came out of left field. I don't think anyone was expecting this one because I don't even think the other games sold very well. So I think this is just Koei Tecmo being like, "Fuck you, we have the money, we're doing it." So there's that.
Take it till we make it.
Yeah, essentially. Now we can talk about the new game in the Hellblade series, just titled Senua. I'm gonna be real about this one. This looked very different from past Hellblade games. And if you'll give me a second to explain, I'll tell you what I mean. Anytime we saw combat in this game, it was more than one person on the screen at once. There was actual, like, fighting between multiple enemies and swapping up and attacking them. And there seemed like a lot more going on here. Now, I'm not going to sit here and get fooled by it, but I definitely saw, like, 3, 6, the ability to like kick over fire pits and like burn a bunch of enemies by like sneaking up on them and whatnot. The combat did look a little bit more interactive than the past games. So I could be wrong, but it did look like it was going in a much more combat focused direction with this one. And I don't know if that's true, but if it is, sign me up because the first game attempted that and did it pretty well. And then the second game just kind of threw the whole thing out and said, fuck it. We're not doing that.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're thinking with this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we'll talk about the best thing in the show, in my opinion, which was we zoom in on a guy that's stacking energy drinks before all of them get knocked off by a man speeding by in a taxi. And then we get revealed Crazy Taxi World Tour, which is the next game in the Crazy Taxi series coming in 2027, which is the next Sega Initiative game where they're remaking their old games. They announced this back in like 2023 or 2024, I believe, where they basically said they were going to remake Shinobi, they were going to remake Crazy Taxi, they were going to remake Jet Set Radio, and they're going to remake Golden Axe. And so far, we've gotten one of those games, and now we have a at least date for the next one that's coming out, which is next year, with it releasing on PC, PS5, Xbox, and Switch too. So on everything essentially here. Yeah, this one I was super excited about. I love Sega games. I love Sega arcade games. This one looks fun. I have seen more stuff from this now, like actual gameplay. It does seem a lot slower and a lot more like a mobile game than an actual game, and I don't like that element of it. I'm really hoping that that was just someone playing it poorly, because it looked really slow, which is something you never want to say about a Crazy Taxi game.
No, definitely not. Not known for its slowness.
There is another game that we saw, which I think this is the one that Katie liked the most, and so did some of my other friends, and we're definitely all going to play it together, which is a game about cults.
Yeah.
It is. Let me see what it's called. Because this doesn't actually tell me the name of it. Join Us is the name of this game, and it's where you micromanage and support a cult to stop the end of days and protect your people. And you like manipulate people to join your cult, and you do this with up to 3 other friends. And it looks really funny and silly, because the one major thing that they did show us is that you, the cult leader, are right. There are aliens coming. There is a massive flood coming. There is tornadoes and other world-destroying events coming. So you, the cult leader, are actually correct, but you've got to be as shady as humanly possible to get people to join your cult. And it looks really fun and looks really silly.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't even hear about this game. I'm looking at the trailer right now. It looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks like State of Decay, but without the zombies.
Yeah, I can see that. Shredding a pig. Okay.
Yeah. It looks very silly, and I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of those like 2000s kind of strange games that they would put out.
Yeah, it's definitely something out there that you don't really see, so that's cool.
Yeah, I'm cool with that though.
We then saw a game that is like a new IP, completely new, called Magicians: The Devil's Deal, where
The Devil's Dill.
Yeah, it's dill pickle deal, where it starts with like a little shadow puppet show, and they're telling about a guy who sold his soul and then ended up being trapped in this world where the devil keeps tormenting him and trying to see how long it'll take him to break and whatnot. It's very cinematic the way they're presenting it, but it's very cartoony also. And then you realize the person that's telling the story is actually the devil talking to you, the player. And it's a first-person game, and it kind of looks like BioShock, but instead you're playing as a magician. I dug this one. This one looks super cool. I think this one looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's pretty hard to explain. I would just say go look it up, because it looked really cool. I think this is one of the more standout titles from this Summer Games Fest.
Definitely a lot of people talking about it, for sure.
We got Doom. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, Doom. What? Just an expansion? Is that what it is?
An expansion for Doom: The Dark Ages. Comes out in July 7th. They then showed off a pretty fucking cool Xbox that's like the original see-through green one, and the controller see-through green, which they ended up giving to the people that were in the audience for free. So that's
cool.
Kind of neat. Yeah. And it wasn't just influencers who got it, because they actually had reserved seatings for just fans that were able to get tickets and went. So a lot of fans actually got a free new Xbox Series X that looks like an old Xbox One in its color scheme and design. And I think it looks pretty nice, honestly. It looks really good. Age of Empires 4 expansion was announced, which I don't know enough to talk about. I just know that a lot of people like that game and get very addicted to that game, and that I'm sure a lot of people are very happy about that. We
Yes.
then got the announcement of Minecraft Dungeons 2, which is coming out in September, which there's a running theme throughout everything in all of these showcases and directs and everything, and it's that every motherfucking game is releasing September 24th, 26th, 29th, or somewhere in September.
Everything is.
It really is.
Yeah. Except for probably Ocarina of Time.
That's got to be November.
Yeah.
It's definitely got to be November. But yeah, we even saw some more Guild Wars Online stuff. Elder Scrolls Online, sorry, not Guild Wars. Elder Scrolls Online stuff where they showed off that the Thieves Guild is getting an expansion. That's cool because a lot of people really like the Thieves Guild. Valor Mortis looked really cool. It looked a lot like a cross between something like Doom and, again, very BioShock or Dishonored inspired here. This is the team that made Ghost Runner, I believe, and it looks super cool. And this one's releasing on September 24th, so there it goes. Put it on the pile.
Yeah, no, not too long. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're gonna be real busy in September and October.
Honestly,
But not November.
I think there's like 6 games alone that I know that I want that release September 24th specifically.
Yeah, I did see someone on Reddit talk shit about Nintendo putting Fire Emblem in September, and I'm like, well, that's where they're always planning on putting it, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it can't be. There's got to be games that could go up against it that just don't want to. But I mean, I guess I don't blame them in some ways too. It's just gonna get buried. Nobody will know it's even out.
Speaking of that, there's actually something I can mention about that because there are 2 games in November that are releasing that aren't GTA 6.
Okay.
One's a Barbie game, which is gonna body GTA 6, and the other one's a remake of the old Godzilla fighting game from GameCube.
Weird.
Yeah, it's only like $30 also, and it's coming to every system, and it has full online multiplayer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, not a bad thing.
Honestly, I'm super hyped for that game. I might be more excited for it than GTA 6, to be completely honest, because I don't give a shit about GTA 6 right now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you will in a couple months. Again. Yeah. All right.
I need them to make me give a shit about it.
Yeah.
Dangling one screenshot and 2 2-minute videos in front of me is not enough to make me give a shit about GTA 6.
No, I don't blame you there.
I really don't know enough about those characters to care. I know Master Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force has a voice acting role in the game. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know you play as what feels like a little bit of a dysfunctional relationship between boyfriend and girlfriend. I know nothing else. I know nothing else about that game.
Okay.
I guess it's in Florida, so there's that.
Not necessarily a selling point, but yeah.
I need to move on.
Okay.
Fallout 76 is getting a new expansion pass and free updates for its anniversary. So every day you log in, you get a free thing. There's some new stuff coming to Flight Simulator. Where the Wind Meets is adding new stuff, like new continents or whatever. Then we got another big announcement, which was also one of my second favorite announcements, honestly. Spyro, The Realm Beyond, a new Spyro the Dragon game announced, coming in 2027.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. Two more things that next, and then I guess I'll talk about the last thing if I have to. Clockwork Revolution, which looks awesome. They showed off a lot of this game. This game, again, very BioShock. Very, very BioShock. But I mean that in the nicest way possible. The general premise behind this game is there are the man or the multiple companies have control over this world you live in, and they're really shitty people, and they kind of keep the little guy down, and you're the little guy who also happens to be a thief with your band of thieves, and you try and go in and steal something, and at one point in time you end up finding this thing that gives you the ability to rewind time. So you can rewind time and stop those bigwigs from becoming the bigwigs that they are by assassinating them, by setting up their enterprise for failure, by stopping them through doing little things that adds up to destroy like the buildings that they're creating and stuff. And it's a really interesting premise, and I really like the idea of this game. So
yeah, it's interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely saw a lot of people talking about this game too.
Yeah, I think this is this is a Xbox console exclusive. So this is the other Xbox console exclusive.
I would say yeah. There's only two. Is this one and Gears?
I think Magpie is also, but I'm not 100% sure.
No, these are the two that people care the most about.
Yeah, these are the two that people care about. Moving on from that, I'll talk about Castlevania Belmont's Curse. We saw the next game in Castlevania series, which has to do with the female Belmont, which we've seen a lot and heard a lot about in the past, but we've never actually seen them physically on the screen. So that's super cool that you actually get to play as her this time around, and we get to hear her story and learn some things. So love that. That sounds awesome. And it comes out October 15th, and it's by the people that made Dead Cells. Super cool. Super excited for that one. Call of Duty showed up next to show off the new DMZ, which takes place in Korea. And they did a really, really poor showing by faking the game chat and having really cringy game chat about, I got HVT on my left. Gotta watch out over there. We went back old school with that kind of shit, and it was very it was groan inducing essentially. It was not something that was good. It was pretty funny. Granted, that being said, it did look really gritty and it looked really cool, and if they actually do the like body cam way that it showed this game, it might be pretty cool. It might be kind of tense to play the new DMZ mode. Now, I'm not sure if that's what's actually going to happen, or if that's just what they were showing off as, to be like cinematic. But it looked neat.
Okay, fair.
Yep. So, and last one for some reason that was just thrown onto this list is this super cool life sim adventure game that's like a cozy kind of game that looks a lot like Studio Ghibli, that's like hand drawn and illustrated, and has like a whole clock system and a day and night cycle, and different things happen throughout the time you're just kind of living your life in this area. You can go and talk with the other characters that live in the town. You can do like little things for them. You got the obvious farming and stuff like that, but you also have like mysteries to solve and shit like that. But like the main thing is like the actual hand-drawn animation for this looks incredible, and that was shown off as well. I don't know why this is put last on this list, but I do think it's one of the better looking things that happened and was shown off here at the Xbox showcase. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much everything shown at the Xbox showcase. And honestly, I think this was the best one, and I'd give it like an 8. Because it had things I cared about. It had Persona, it had State of Decay 3, it had Metro, it had some release dates, it had fucking Crazy Taxi, it had the Join Us cult game, which looked really cool, it had Magicians, The Devil's Deal, which looked super neat, it had Doom the Dark Ages DLC. It had a lot of stuff that I was actually interested in this direct, even if it did have some fluff. It still had a lot that actually was something that I would like to play. So
fair.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you can also add on to that a lot of these will be on Game Pass day one, and Game Pass has dropped in price. So it's more.
So now you got to buy an Xbox again.
No, I just play
Game Pass.
I'll just play it on my PC.
You can do that too, I suppose. Yeah. All right. Any other game announcements you want to talk about? I mean, they announced Resident Evil Veronica. That's the only other one
I would
really
say
forgot to me.
Resident Evil Veronica and probably the 2 Cuphead games that were announced. Those were pretty cool. I
didn't
know there
see
was
both, but I did see one and it looked interesting, I would say.
So one was just announced by words, like, hey, we're making a fully 3D Cuphead game that's currently in development with the original team, and this is us giving you this information. And then the other one was them showing off the demake of Cuphead that looked more like Mega Man, that looked really cool, and also supposedly runs on a Sega Master System, which is really neat and something very different that you don't see every day.
Very different.
So that's cool. I know there were some other things that happened at let me just type in Summer Games Fest announcements and see what stands out. Oh, yeah, actually there is. All right, let's talk about a few things, right? Stellar Blade 2, which is Stellar Blade Blood Rain, which was shown off. Looked pretty cool. We got a POW World thing showing the 1.0, so it's actually coming out of early access, essentially. The new Hot Wheels game, new Monster Hunter DLC.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. People are eating good.
People are eating good. I think there was a lot of stuff that was shown at all of these. Hell, even the PC game one, which I could not stand. It was so difficult to watch. Virtual Fighter has like this cinematic mode, which looked cool. We got Guild Wars 3, also neat. New Gundam game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Last Ronin. For some reason, RGG Studio resurrected Tupac. I don't fucking know. That's weird.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, you saw that, right?
I did not.
Oh, so the new Yakuza, the Yakuza devs are making a game called Stranger Than Heaven, which you've probably heard of and has been advertised quite a bit. They announced a new character for it, and the new character is just Tupac. Like, literally Tupac. Randomly in, like, 1830s Japan for some reason.
Why not?
Gen Atlas, which is from the Ico devs, looked pretty cool. Alien Isolation 2 was neat. Resident Evil Code Veronica, which you already mentioned. And then the last thing I would also point out is Street Fighter 6 is actually getting Tifa. That has been confirmed now with a video that we were shown, which was neat. And then we saw Final Fantasy VII Revelations, which is going to be the final game in the Final Fantasy VII series.
The Final Fantasy?
Yes. Well, no, it's not the Final Fantasy. It's just the Final Fantasy of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, okay.
Final. And we saw that it will be releasing on all consoles day one, which is, again, Square Enix just flexing that apparently they can get out a game this big, even on things like the Switch 2, day one now. So that's cool. And honestly, I think it looked pretty good, to be honest. So, yeah, there's that. That's it. That's it for Summer Games Fest.
Okay.
Oh, no, it isn't. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Wolf Among Us 2 was shown.
I forgot about that, too. I did see that.
Yes.
Is Telltale making that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, Telltale keeps coming back from the dead, and I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it either.
But they're back from the dead, and they're making Wolf Among Us 2, but they've also been making a remastered version of the original Wolf Among Us, which will release this December.
Okay.
So, before you play Wolf Among Us 2, which is supposed to be in early 2027 for the first chapter, and then onward from there, you can play the original game from start to finish, remastered for modern systems in December. So, yay!
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Cool shit.
Yeah. All right. What else?
The last thing I'll say that I think was interesting here is they're making a single-player Among Us game. That's fucking weird.
Oh, I did see that too. Yeah, that does look interesting. I forget what it's called. It's got a cute name.
Among Us Story On Guard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's it for things that jumped out at me during this. This is interesting, but I don't know how to feel about this one, so I will mention this one just because to get everything out there. 1666 Amsterdam, which is a game that's been worked on for 16 years since the original Assassin's Creed, from the original creator of Assassin's Creed. he's been working on this game for a long time, and you play as an actual witch in 1666 Amsterdam, and she has like a God, what's it called? A familiar, which is a cat that you also play as. So you play as both those characters. And the big thing about that game was the prologue was announced to be releasing immediately. So you can actually already play the prologue of this game right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, I think that is it. Looking at everything we have here, I believe that is it. That is everything that stood out from this showcase. The big standouts here were obviously Final Fantasy VII Revelation and probably Gen Atlas, which is, the new Ico Devs game, and Code Veronica, obviously, which is just called Veronica now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone had something to look forward to if you watched any of these shows. And if you don't think you did, maybe gaming's not for you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good stuff there. I mean, I think anyone should be able to find a good game at least at any of the presentations. Really, I mean, it's a very good year overall.
Yep, I think we saw why last year was pretty dry compared to this after seeing everything that's stacked for this year, which there's just a lot of it.
Yeah, there's quite a bit amount. So unless you're November, and then there's not.
Hey, you got Godzilla.
Yeah. Yep. The whole Godzilla. You get the whole one.
That's a good game, though.
Yeah.
That's it. That's everything, I think.
Okay. All right.
I think I finally said all I need to say. I would like to hear your thoughts on everything I had to say now.
I mean, I don't have anything extra to talk about game-wise. I don't know if there was
What out of all the announcements do you think stood out to you the most? That's the last thing I would say.
Oh, from today? Or from these games that we talked about today, rather?
Everything we talked about today. Yeah.
That's interesting thought. I didn't really think about it yet. I don't know. I'm not like super excited for like anything. At the moment. But let me see. Let me think. Not that. Not that. There's that. I mean, honestly, the stuff that's coming out this year, at this moment, Rhythm Heaven's my most excited, but it was an announcement. Actually, I think the most fun thing though that was announced today, honestly, and it's not even a game, those challenge things. I'm actually really excited about that more than anything at the moment. I thought that was cool. I know it's not really like a game, but
not Donkey Kong. The Mario 40th anniversary thing was also shown off, which has like events going on right now in the DLC of DK.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a thing, and that made me pick up that. Actually, I picked up the DLC. Yes, and I've been playing it, and I'm a little confused on how to play it, but I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
It's a lot of fun. Like I said, I think it's a really enjoyable roguelike.
You've been like getting all the stars and everything? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I went through. I mean, I didn't. So I didn't go through and like max out like the highest rank in each. Like level.
So you just did the first one then, or something?
I completed all of them.
Okay, so you haven't done like 2 or 3 or anything, like the 3-star or that sort of thing.
I don't remember exactly.
And then there's also
the ranking that you're talking
events, which there's an event right now going on where
the Mario event just started today.
You have to score so much, and I am so bad at it. I think my most I got was like 18,000, and then I fucking fell off a cliff.
So the thing I would say about the events, if you want, and this actually might help you understand the game a little bit more. The events are designed so that anyone that plays it will get the exact same things. It's designed to be identical, as opposed to the regular game where it is random. So if you're trying to get a good score and you're like, I don't really see how to do this, go to YouTube, watch a video, and kind of slowly play through with them. Because it will kind of take you through the right order of way to do things and the right strategies. And then you can kind of figure it out yourself and then do that. Like with the last event, I was like, I don't get this. I don't remember why. It was something weird about it. And I think it was a stage I just was not really familiar with. So I started out and I was just like, oh, let me just go through it. I would just kind of like, okay, well, they go and do this fossil, they go and do this fossil, and it helped me find all the fossils and kind of understand mechanically what they're trying to do to get scores.
Uh-huh.
And then you can kind of be like, okay, well, now I'm going to restart this over at my own pace, go through and get the things, kind of know what perks you want and what's not worth going for and what's worth getting.
Hmm.
Um, but that's a good way to kind of get your feet wet with it. But the general game, I don't know. I think honestly, I think my favorite stage to play is probably just the main Donkey Kong Island, and I love
Mhm.
that one there too. But I think I've gotten through. I don't know what you mean by the stars still, and I just don't remember because I'm thinking about like the letter ranks. But I know I've gone
Mhm.
through and did like
So before you start a mission, you have
mhm.
the option to do 1-star, 2-star, or 3-star. 3-star makes it so you have none. You start with none of your bonanza powers, and you have to earn them all throughout going through the
Oh yeah,
level.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're talking about now. I think I usually just did the middle one, if I recall.
So the
Um,
1.2 required extra money for each one of the like currencies to continue on to
yes,
the next thing. Yeah,
I think
okay.
there was a couple of stages where I went through and did 3 stars, like the DK Island,
Mhm.
but most like some of the ones. I mean, they're all fun, but they're not necessarily like my favorite stages to play. Like I
I
don't.
don't like the one that we have right now, which is the canyon one with all the mine carts. I don't like it because it so heavily relies on the mine carts,
Yeah.
or traversing around the mine carts without
Hmm.
actually riding the mine carts, and that takes up so much time when you need to be sprinting to get the money that you need to continue on, and that's kind of a pain in the ass, and I don't like that about this. But otherwise, I do like this DLC a lot. I like the idea of it, and I like how it flows so well, and it kind of gives you a new perspective of the game.
Yeah. No, like I said, I mean, I've been speaking the praises of it for the last like
Yeah,
I don't know 6 months or whatever it's come out. I really enjoy it. I always play the events when they come out. I'm excited for this event, so that looks really nice. I do think it's annoying that the events are only like a week long,
yeah.
except for the
This one's
first
gonna be
one.
kind of difficult. Like looking at this one, I tried going through it, and I was like, "Yep, this is not working. I'll have to figure this out later."
Yeah, a lot of the events almost are like puzzles, and it's kind of like you have to know what strategy it's
Hmm.
trying to point you towards.
Yeah.
But the when you're playing like the regular, everything's open. The like I
Oh
said,
yeah. Well,
the
unless you
events are
pick
very
star
specific. Like, hey,
three,
you
star
break
three,
this
then it's not
filter,
everything
it
open.
is like you break a fossil, you're gonna get the exact same perks. You break a, you go and pick something else, it's gonna give you the exact same
Oh, so
things. The
they're not
bananas are always gonna be
random
the
when
same.
you break the fossil. It's gonna be the same thing every time.
Only in the events. So
Interesting.
yes,
Okay,
because the
okay.
events are meant to be like a challenge for other players to compete,
Mhm.
whereas the normal game, it's just regular.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
I kind of get that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll give that a try cuz like I was playing it before I got on here and I was really enjoying it, but I quite literally felt like I could not compete. Like I just was not doing too well.
No, and they are hard, and some of them, and just kind of like you said too, certain stages are easier than other ones, and especially too, kind of depending on which way they tilt the strategy in that favor.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know if you go into the event blind, you don't know what perks they're going to give you
Yep.
until you start cracking things open. And if you start going one direction and then you're like, oh no, the game really wants you to go this way, then it's like, okay, well that's not going to be a useful one. You got to start over. They generally don't give you any bad ones, but there definitely are strategies that are better than others, usually singularly. Um, so yeah. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I can't wait to hear what you have to think about it next week. I ended up getting Patapon on that ridiculous sale.
Lucky because that was not
It
supposed to
did not
happen.
last long. It did not last long. I went back and looked at it today because it was really weird because I turned on my Switch when I got home today because I didn't have a chance to look at it last night after I bought it. And I pulled it up, and the only thing that was there was a Star Fox demo, and I was like, "That's weird." I'm like, "Where the fuck's Patapon?" I pull up my like things, my virtual game cards, not there. I'm like, "That's weird." Then I go to the eShop on my phone, and for whatever reason, Patapon won't even load. It's just
Oh.
like a dead page, and I'm like, "That's weird." And then what did I end up doing? I ended up going into the eShop and looking it up that way, and it was like already downloaded, but it downloaded to my Switch 1 for some reason instead of my Switch 2. And so that's where it is. So
Oh,
I
that's
haven't played
weird.
it yet, obviously. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know why it did that. Um, But I'm excited for that. I think I got it cheaper on the Switch too than I did on the Vita, and I'm actually impressed by that. Because I think I got the first like Patapon game for the Vita for like $5. Now I got 2 for the Switch for like 4 something. Not bad. But that was a lot of fun. I am excited for those. Did I pick up something else random too? Patapon,
My
Firefox demo, which I'll talk about more next week. When
handheld Android thing came in, which I want to
talk
about, but that's something I'm gonna have to take a long time to talk about. So that's a next week.
Yeah, let's talk about that next week. This episode's we already got a lot in here just because all the games. Yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
No, honestly, I didn't think there's any more at all. I know I kind of breezed past a lot of things, but there was a lot to mention, essentially. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's all good. All right. Well then, let's wrap it up.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget to find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. All of our episodes are available there. Game-crunch.com has all of the legacy episodes. You want to send us email, gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon.
Yep.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I still have Twitch. I stream on it some. If you want to go drop me a follow or possibly even a sub to help me out on my trip this year, you're welcome to do so. Kagato Asuka 89, I believe, is the Twitch, which I just want to double check. No, it's just Kagato Asuka. KAGATO all lowercase. You can sub to me on there. You can use your free Prime sub if you want. And if you don't want to, you can just follow along and see what the hell I stream, because I've been picking lots of random shit. And I actually think I might take some time and stream a little bit of stuff from this handheld, because this handheld screen is 720p by 720p, which is kind of a good size for just any little game. So I don't know. I'm gonna check into it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's sad. My name is Mike Anastasia. Find me online, Flash Penguin there, or on your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
Led by a plastic frame, back from the vault, it's a brand new game. It's a glitch in time, a pixel crime. Virtual Boy's got that crimson hue, virtual fever, it's breaking through. Is it real or fake? Can't escape the ache. Throw on the visor, step in the glow. Love's in 3D, don't let it go. Virtual love is back again. Neon hearts and the data spin. It's a red hot love, it's a binary trend. Virtual Boys got me locked in. I'm a joystick fool, can't click the screen. Living the dream in a low-res scene. Every blink's a buzz, every move's a fuzz. I'm caught in a loop, no way to save, but I'd play this forever on this beat. Game over? Nah, I'm here to stay. Step in the glow, love's in 3D, don't let it go. Is it real or fake? Can't escape the ache. Throw on the visor, step in the glow, love's in 3D, don't let it go. And love's in 3D, don't let it go. Throw on the visor, step in the glow, love's in 3D, don't let it go. It's a red hot love, it's a binary trend. Virtual Boys got me locked in. Love's in 3D, don't let it go. I'm a joystick fool, can't quit the screen. Love's in 3D, don't let it spin. It's a red hot love, it's a binary trend. Virtual Boys got me locked in. I'm a joystick fool, can't quit the screen. Living the dream in a low-res scene. Every blink's a buzz, every move's a fuzz. I'm caught in a loop, no way to save, but I'd play this forever all in. But I'll misbehave, game I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay.
Just not feeling that great today. I'm
like falling asleep, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's okay.
I legitimately was like, I might not even make it right before we started because of how
no
bad
vomiting
on
the podcast. Please.
No, I mean I'm still feeling like it, but we're not there yet. We're okay right now.
Well, that's good.